Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for watching this video in preparation for your time at Spot 127 Youth Media Center. Don't forget to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. I'm kidding. My name is Hamlet Lamos. I am an instructor. Oh, there I am on the screen right there. I'm an instructor here at Spot 127 Youth Media Center. In all likelihood, there's a good chance I'm going to be your instructor in the upcoming semester. And if I haven't met you already, then hello, it is very nice to meet you. The reason I'm making this is because I wanted it to serve as a nice, convenient guide for everybody to know what you need to do in order to sign up for an MEID and in turn acquire the Adobe Creative Cloud for absolutely free and be able to use it in class. So the first bullet point I have here is, what is an MEID? Because some of you guys might be wondering, like, what are you even talking about, bro? This stands for Maricopa Enterprise ID. And what that means is, if you guys ever heard of the Maricopa Community College District, that is basically this big district of community colleges, right? I mean, obvious, that exists within the greater Phoenix area, within Arizona. And it includes a bunch of different colleges and stuff, but specifically, it includes Rio Salado Community College. Now, if you were not aware, Spot 127 is kind of like a baby. It's a baby organization. And you know that because I'm the biggest baby of all. What does that even mean? What I'm trying to say is that this organization is a collaboration between two others. Our two other parent organizations are, of course, Rio Salado Community College and KJZZ radio station. These are the guys that they claim to play jazz, but mostly they just play NPR, and that makes me upset because I love jazz and I wish they'd play more jazz. Anyway, that's my personal hang-up. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. The cool thing is that because we're half KJZZ, it means that we have a bunch of expertise and microphones and media production and script writing and podcasting and all that good stuff, right? But the fact that Rio Salado is our other parent company means that technically Spot is like a government organization. So that's why it's a free after-school program. You don't have to pay out for the Adobe license or anything. But because of that, it means that you cannot utilize any of the Spot 127 services or anything like that until you make an MEID. So that's why we're going to be making one. An MEID, like I said, a Maricopa Enterprise ID, is basically just you making a username associated with this college right here. Don't worry, you're not signing up for like legit college classes or whatever. You're just getting a username associated with this college's services. You're probably thinking at this point, all right, I get it. I need to make an MEID, and I get why I need to make one. But how do I even do that? So next up, we have this nice little website here, admissions.maricopa.edu. And when you type that into your search bar, this website right here is gonna come up. You're gonna scroll down a little bit, and then it's gonna, on the very left side of the page, it's gonna say, new students. Are you just starting college or new to Maricopa Community College and looking to become a student? You're gonna press join us now, and then it's gonna take you to the application page. It's going to ask you, do you have a Maricopa email address, student ID number, or attend one of our colleges? Unless the answer is yes to all of those questions, then you're going to press no, of course. And then it's going to take you to the whole application. Now, most of this is very simple, so I'm going to kind of breeze by it. But I will be pointing out certain key entries, which I would like to elucidate a little bit on, just so that you guys aren't confused. Unfortunately, just because of the way the bureaucracy works and paperwork and all that dumb garbage, you do have to sign up with your legal name. So I apologize for that, because I know it can maybe be an uncomfortable situation for some people. Of course, this shouldn't even have to be said, but I will say it just so you guys don't have to worry. At Spot 127, your preferred name is my preferred name. Don't worry. I and Trevor and all the other people here will always refer to you by your preferred name. But for the sake of the application, yes, you do have to put in your legal name. And I'm putting in chicken nugget because Oh, I already have an MEID. I graduated college already. I already have all my information. So just for the purposes of showing you how the application works, yeah, my name is Chicken Nugget. You got, first name, last name, date of birth. This part asks for your social security number. It is not necessary at all. In fact, I would say don't even fill that part out. Like, whatever. Your personal email. This part is very important. Very, very important. You gotta put in your personal email. And when it says personal email, it means one that you use regularly, Like, I guess you can put in like your mom's email or something. Like, if you know for sure you're gonna have access to it and stuff like that. But if you have like a regular Gmail that you use, or maybe even like a school email, I would definitely say probably put that into this section here, because you're going to get sent email information about this application that's going to be very important for you to have in the future. You're going to punch in your email, going to confirm it, give your phone number, sure thing. My phone number is 555 and then it says, I give Maricopa permission to send text messages, automated calls, or other methods of communication. I say pick yes, just in case. So after you click not a robot and you click next on the application, you're going to scroll down a little bit, and then it's going to give you your username. This, my friends, this right here is your MEID. And at this point, I have to extremely urge you guys, please write this down. It is super, super important for you guys to write this thing down. And this is also going to be your guys' email address for the future. So for Chicken Nugget, their email address would be chi21111, all these numbers, at maricopa.edu. That's how it works. So there you go. And then it wants you to create a password. Please create a very long, cohesive password and make sure you write it down. I hate to keep stressing this. I know you guys might be like, oh, I get it. I'm supposed to write it down. But I've told people this in the past, and then they don't write it down. And then it's a nightmare to try and get it back. So please, 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 please write down both your username and your password in a place where you're going to have it safe and you're going to remember it. Next up, we have personal information section. Once again, none of this stuff is like super duper important. It's just basically like, regular gathering information stuff. Here's the option that I was talking about, a preferred name, your address. I'm going to put in, wait, I'm going to put in that I live at the McDonald's on, I think this is, 7th Avenue McDonald's. So that's where Chicken Nugget lives. Zip code 85019, whatever. Put in your zip code, your city. You guys know this stuff.
Hurry up with my damn croissants.
And then it says, when did you move or will you move to Arizona? Just to clarify, once again, if you have always lived in Arizona, you're going to put down your birthday, because that's technically when you moved here from, the ether of existence. And then what's your residency status? This doesn't affect your application at all. They just want to know it for bureaucrat reasons. And then you check this box and be like, yep, everything I said was true. Don't tell them that I'm not actually named Chicken Nugget. Don't get me in trouble. So next, when you click on the next page there, it's going to take you to educational background. Once again, not a super important one. This first one is like, are you part of any special programs? Most of them are military programs. And then what will your high school completion status be? You guys are currently enrolled in high school. So then it's going to ask you, okay, what country's your school in? And then select your high school name out of this big old list here. I'm just going to put in the high school that I actually graduated from in real life, which is Bioscience High School. Yay! Having war flashbacks to high school now. Highest level of education completed. Of course, you guys are going to pick no college, university, unless you're one of those special young lads who has been taking some college or whatever. So you can put down, I've taken some college while I attended high school. Yeah, I'm kind of a Giga Chad in that way. I'm kind of an alpha. When you click next, we're on the third page over here. This is the next part that's super duper important, right? Because like I said before, you're going to pick from the list of schools, Rio Salado College. Then it's going to ask you, what's your reason for attending? You guys are not trying to earn a degree or anything. You're literally just taking a class, AKA Spot 127. So that's the one you're going to pick. And then it's going to be like, okay, well, what's your plan or whatever? What's your educational plan. And of course, this one, guys, you are going to pick non-credit. Specifically, non-credit. Right now, I'm recording this in the summer of 2022, so of course, Chicken Nugget would expect to start taking spot classes in the fall of 2022. But depending on when you're watching this, of course, you pick whatever is accurate to you. And then you're going to click Add to my application down here. Bada bing. After you press the next button, it's going to take you to this part of the application here. Check on this box, just one of those agreements that you got to do for your application. I give the community college permission to award associate's degrees or certificates. You press yes. Your FERPA notice. FERPA is actually really interesting. This whole thing is basically, FERPA is like a law put in place to protect your guys' information as students. So it means that it's kind of weird to get into the details of it, but it's basically just ensuring that you guys have safety of privacy and that you don't have to worry about anybody digging through your academic records without your permission, you know what I mean? And then you're going to pick a FERPA PIN number. I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 because I'm lazy. You guys should write an actual number. That's really good. Keep that written down right next to your MEID username and next to your password because you don't want to lose this just in case. Then it's going to say, this is a vehicle emissions agreement. This is some weird thing about carpooling. I don't know why they make you sign this, but I mean, there you go. And then it's just some other, legal disclaimers. And then you're going to press next. So this, guys, is the final part of the application process, but it is in some ways the most important part. They want you to they want you to verify your identity. And what that means is you're going to upload a legal ID or document that identifies you as you. Maricopa adopted this new policy where, you can make a new account, but it gets deleted in a couple days if you don't verify your identity, if you don't verify that you're like an actual human being, you know what I mean? Which is smart. It's kind of a hassle, but, it's just what you got to do sometimes because people be whack. People be making fake accounts for weird reasons and stuff like that. Not me, though. Not me. I'm different. First of all, it gives you the option to take a picture with your smartphone or tablet. I mean, I don't know. The next option is the one that I would prefer to choose. It basically just lets you pick a picture from your computer. So I would say take a picture of your ID with your phone and then upload it to like your Google Drive or something. And then you can just download that to your computer, go back to your application and click on here. There are 3 forms of ID that we know for sure will work with this verification system. Number 1, a driver's license. And I know probably a good amount of you don't have one just because of your age, right? So it's okay. Number 2, a birth certificate. Or number 3, a passport. Any one of those 3 IDs will work for this process. Once again, a driver's license, a birth certificate, or a passport. What you're going to do is you're going to take a nice, clean picture of it. I mean, I guess if you have like a scanner, that's the most preferable thing, but I'm assuming most of you guys don't have scanners. So you're just going to take a nice, clean picture with your smartphone. I mean, your smartphones have good cameras on them, so, you don't need to worry about it too much, but make sure it's in clean daylight. Make sure there's no smudges on it, of course. Make sure all the writing is legible. And once you have that, you can upload that to your computer. And then you click on this option here, and it's going to be like, all right, you want to submit a picture of your ID. So I'm going to check into my Chicken Nuggets email here, and there it is. So they sent me a verification. You can just press on this link here to continue with the process. It's being funky for me because this isn't a real email address. You guys absolutely need to do that part. I cannot stress that enough. You need to do this part. There's an option to skip the ID verification for now. And like, okay, I guess if you're like running out of time and you like really need to get somewhere right now, sure, skip it. But I would say, for all intents and purposes, guys, get this done as soon as you possibly can. As I said before, if you don't do it within a day or two, it's going to automatically delete your MEID. So then you're not even going to be able to use Adobe because your MEID will be gone. But also, I think if you don't do it in the application here, it's like kind of a hassle to come back and do the ID verification, because I think you have to like talk to customer service or something like that. It's just a big headache. Don't even bother with that crap. After you do that, it's going to process your application. It's going to create you an actual Maricopa ID account. And we're going to sit here and wait for a little bit. We're going to wait for a couple seconds. It's going to take a little while. And there we go. You now have an ID, but first, it wants you to make a new password. So that old password you guys were using, this is your new password. And the same rules and principles apply to this new password. Write it down. Make sure it's written down somewhere safe. I'm not kidding. Finally, my friends, we have our complete Maricopa account. So we have our MEID right here. We have our actual student ID. This isn't the most important thing. This is basically just like, I don't know, your MEID is like your username, and your student ID is kind of like you in their system, basically.
I ain't gonna be part of your system.
If you guys went through the process of verifying your ID, then you should already have an email address associated with Maricopa Community College. And just like I was saying before, your email address is just going to be your MEID at maricopa.edu. I have my Maricopa email address right here, ready to go. And as you can see, my friends, it is just HAM2012397, my MEID at maricopa.edu, and that is what you are going to send us. Once you have verified that your ID has been verified and all the process is good to go, so we know that your account is stable, you're going to send us your MEID. Then our IT department is going to plug that into our system, and you should be able to download the Adobe Creative Cloud with an account already created for you. But at this point, you're probably wondering, Hamlet, I don't even have the Adobe Creative Cloud. How do you even download that? This link right here, creativecloud.adobe.com, will take you straight to a place where you can download the Adobe Creative Cloud. Some of you guys might be familiar with how a client works, but if you're not, you guys ever downloaded something like Steam, or like I guess the Epic Games Store, or EA Origins? Steam itself doesn't actually include the video games on it. Like, it's not like you download Steam and you can suddenly play Octodad right off the bat, but it works as a client where it's basically your home base for where you can download everything else, right? Now, Creative Cloud works the exact same way. First, you download the Creative Cloud, which, you click this button right here. It says Download Creative Cloud. Once you have it downloaded and opened and everything, it's probably going to take you to a sign-in screen first of all. Now, you're going to check in with us, and you're going to be like, hey, is my MEID all good to go? And we're going to be like, heck yeah, dude. It is one. Then you're going to plug in your MEID. I'm putting in mine just for the sake of showing you guys. And then it's going to recognize that it's like a Scholastic ID. So it's going to take you to this Maricopa sign-in page at maricopa.edu, just like that. Then you're going to put in that special little password that, of course, you have written down because I told you to. And once you're logged in, your screen should look something like this. This is how you know that you have made it, my friends. Of course, this is my Adobe account and everything, so it already has a bunch of programs installed, but you'll probably see more like this stuff down here. Just a bunch of options that say install. So just to double check that your Adobe account is all good to go, when you look at most of the apps, like 90% of them should say install next to them. If, for whatever reason, the apps all have a little button that says like try now, or like buy it, or like rent this program, or like anything else but install, basically, it means that your Adobe account is not fully ready to go, and that's a problem on our end. So you gotta reach out to us and let us know, hey, the Adobe Cloud, it let me log in, but it's not letting me actually install anything for free, because you should be able to install most of everything for free. So, of course, then we're going to fix it on our end. And once you have mostly install buttons everywhere you see, that is when you know your Adobe is good to go. And really quick, guys, let me show you what specifically you need to install to get ready for the beginning of class. If you want to install any of these other programs, then yeah, please go ahead and do so. It is completely free to you. You can mess with anything you want to, but there are 3 programs that I need you to have installed no matter what, so that you can be ready for class. Because these are the 3 that we teach you specifically about at Spot 127. First of all, you want to have Photoshop. Second of all, you want to have Premiere Pro. Third of all, you want to have Audition. You can see that I have a couple of other apps installed on my computer. That's just for my own personal use or whatever. But those are the 3 you absolutely need: Photoshop, Premiere Pro, and Audition. Just to clarify, in case you guys were confused, Premiere Rush and Photoshop Express, that is not what I want you guys to have installed. Those are like the weird, whack mobile versions of like Photoshop and Premiere. And once you have those installed, my friends, yeah, I mean, that's basically everything. That's how to create an MEID. That's how to install Adobe Creative Cloud. That's how to log in, and that's how to install the apps that you need. If you have any more questions or anything, of course, always feel free to message Trevor, message me, message Laura, or any of the other instructors or interns that we have here at Spot. I guess the only other thing I can tell you guys to get ready for the first day of class and stuff, we use Discord a lot. But if you guys don't have a Discord already, please set up a Discord so that we can put you into whatchamacallit, one of our epic servers. And we basically conduct class through these things, and it's super cool. And people post memes and stuff, and it's awesome. I hope this was clear and cohesive, and I hope you enjoyed this guide. And I am very, very, very much looking forward to getting into the first days of class, teaching you guys all about tutorials on how to do Photoshop stuff and Premiere stuff and all that good stuff. And I hope you're all excited for what Spot 127 brings. So I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye.